another episode of Tricks of the Trade. A subscriber actually commented on the first one and asked me to do dumbbell row. So there's two things that I see with the dumbbell row and a lot of other rowing movements, which we'll go over in later episodes that I want to bring up. But the first one is that when people are dumbbell rowing, I'll show you in the mirror, they let their shoulder hang loose and they kind of row with their shoulder as well. So their shoulder's down here. And the problem with that is that when you're doing a movement, you're trying to fully shorten your muscle. So that's why a lot of people like to do dumbbells over barbells on chest, because you can fully shorten your chest. If your arms out here, your chest isn't fully shortened. Same thing with your lat. If your shoulder's hanging out, it's putting your lat in a lengthened position, so even when you're contracted, you're not getting a full contraction. So the first thing is to lock your shoulder down. So before you start the movement, if you're here, you want to make sure that you're locked back, and now your lat's in that position where you row, and you can get a full contraction because your lat can actually become as short as possible, right? So that's the first thing, is to lock your shoulder back and down. The second thing is the angle your back's at. And this isn't really right or wrong. This is more like it's personal preference. But in order to recruit more of your middle traps, a lot of people try to be parallel to the ground, so they'll be rowing like this, which is fine. But if you want to recruit your middle traps, you want to be at about a 145-degree angle. It's a better angle to retract your scapula and pull your traps in. So the angle would be shoulders locked down, angles right here, and you're pulling back. And a quick test, I think I read this in the Strength Training Anatomy, Volume 2, I think, is that if you're parallel and you just let your hands drop and you try to retract your scapula and try to really squeeze your traps, you'll notice that it's a little bit hard. You can still do it, and as soon as you put your body in this angle, it becomes a lot easier and more favorable. So the two tips is lock your shoulder down into that position so your lat can be fully shortened at the top of your movement, or as shortened as possible. And then the second one is kind of be at a 145-degree angle. You want to work with that because you also don't want to be standing up. I see a lot of people, they don't have the lower back strength. They're like standing up and rowing like this, which isn't doing much because, you know, gravity is also what you're going against. So you want to be here and you want to be pulling back, not down here in parallel and not up here. So that's about it for this one, guys. Try those two things out, or if you've done them, or if you make these mistakes, drop a comment below. If you want to see any other tips, I have a few ideas of things I'm going to do, but if you guys have ideas or things you want to see, those would take priority. So that's about it for this one. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did like the video, make sure to like it and give it a share, and we'll see you guys in the next video.